Hello, welcome back to my vlog, and I haven't been here for nearly 2 years, I think. A lot has happened since I was preparing for my wedding, but haven't made any notes as per usual. But I just wanted to give you an update on what's been happening with me since April 2014. As you all know, I got married in April of 2014 and went on my honeymoon, which was lovely. Thank you very much. On the way back from honeymoon, I got off the plane and couldn't walk. And at the time I thought, well, it's swollen ankles because I've been on a plane, I've been eating rubbish for the past 2 weeks, and you know, while I was on holiday, drinking, eating, doing what you do on your honeymoon. So I put it down to water retention, flight, blah blah, so didn't think much of it, and the swelling went down, but I couldn't actually walk. It was really bad. And we were one of the first off the plane, but everybody had to go past me because I just couldn't move. Anyway, so that's that. I went back to work. I was still in pain, but I wasn't as swollen. And a couple of weeks after I got back to work, I woke with, like, my back had gone, like, I don't know whether it was I don't know. So my back had gone, and I rang in sick and rang the doctor. Well, I rang in sick, and then a few days later I rang the doctor because nothing was fixing it. Went to see the doctor, who referred me to a physiotherapist. Went to the physiotherapist, who said, no, I don't want to manipulate any part of you until we rule out any other things it could be. Okay, so the physiotherapist then got in touch with the doctor, and the doctor referred me to a rheumatologist. Sorry, I know, I keep looking there. It's very distracting. So eventually I went to a rheumatologist. All this time I'm still off work, which was ridiculous. But I was in pain. It wasn't just the back by this point. I'd always had a dodgy ankle, and I felt like I always had a weak ankle when I was on the treadmill and what have you. It would go, or even just walking on the beach or whatever, it would go. The beach is down the road from us. So I went to the rheumatologist, and I knew that the back wasn't the only thing that was the problem here. So I got to the rheumatologist. It was a he. He ordered scans of my whole spine and all sorts of malarkey anyway. Well, in the end, it worked out that I was diagnosed with psoriatic arthritis. Now, I don't know if I've said in previous vlogs that I've had psoriasis for a I've been diagnosed with it since I was 7. But prior to that, I had baby eczema. And we don't know whether that baby eczema was actually baby eczema. I mean, we're talking in the 70s here, so a very long time ago. So I got diagnosed with psoriatic arthritis, and I was put on methotrexate, which is a chemotherapy drug, really. I wasn't on the high dose, like where your hair falls out and you're throwing up everywhere. I was on a mild dose of that every week, up to, I think it was up to 40 milligrams or 20 milligrams, I can't remember. But it did nothing. For 4 months, it did nothing. In fact, the disease was progressing. So went back to the rheumatologist, who put me on methotrexate injections because I was on the tablet form initially. Put on methotrexate injections, and that didn't work. After about, what are we in now? So we're getting up to now maybe over a year that I've been diagnosed. Decided methotrexate's not working, and my rheumatologist changed to this lovely woman. And she wanted to try us on something else before going down the expensive medication route. So I was put on leflunomide, and I was put on that for 6 months. It was only supposed to be 3 months, but then they have to make sure that it's definitely not working before they give you anything else. So I was on leflunomide. Well, actually, I'm still on leflunomide, but we'll get back to that. So I was put on leflunomide, which is just another chemotherapy type, get rid of your immune system drug. So I was put on that. Then that after 3 months that wasn't working, and my consultant requested that I be assessed for funding for the expensive stuff, which are called biologics. Now, the difference between the methotrexate, leflunomide type medications, the cheaper medications, is that they target your immune system and dampen it down. And it's supposed to dampen down so much that, because your immune system is fighting your body and there's nothing wrong with your body, it dampens it down to stop it fighting. That's layman's terms, I don't know. Doctors will probably tell you something a little bit easier to understand, I don't know. The biologics are like heat-seeking missiles. They find the inflammatory gene, or the dodgy gene, cell, not gene. They find the cell that's causing the problem, and they attack that particular cell. Now, I'm not a doctor. I've probably said something so wrong. If it's wrong, let me know in the comments how I'm supposed to explain it. I don't know. So anyway, unless I get my consultant on here, we're probably not going to get a specific explanation. Just to say that they're completely different. They target different areas, but with the same disease. So I had to be assessed twice, once at the beginning of the month, once at the end of the month, to see how my disease was progressing, or whether it was in remission or what was happening. Because you have to be a certain level of ill to get these expensive drugs. So my brain still doesn't work very well. It hasn't worked very well since all this started. There's something foggy about what's going on in there. So when I go, that's why. Because I can't remember what I've just said. Which is true right now. So yes, so I got assessed the first time. When I was assessed the first time, I had 17 joints affected. 7 of which were inflamed at that time. Which what I think it means, and again, I'm going to say I am not a doctor, I have no idea. But I imagine that it means if it's affected, it means it's got the potential to become inflamed. And the ones that are inflamed are already inflamed. That's what I think it means. So, sorry, I keep looking at myself. So I was assessed twice within that month. Went from 17 affected to 27 affected, and still 7 inflamed, because my hands, I don't know whether you can tell, I haven't got my wedding or my engagement rings on, because my hands are just huge, and my wrists, I used to be able to get my hand around there. Nah, not a chance now. Oh, that one nearly. Sorry, I'm just getting over a throat infection because my immune system's crap now. So I'm now on Humira, which is a fortnightly injection that I do myself, and leflunomide, so I'm fighting at both angles now. I've only had one Humira injection up to now. So, and I wasn't expecting, a miracle. I don't feel any different pain-wise. Well, that's a lie, really. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I think, oh, well, I can do stuff today, and then I'll do stuff, and that's me shot for the rest of the day. I can't. It's ridiculous. So that's basically an update on the reason why I've been away so long. Is I've been trying to get back to a place where I can function better on a daily basis. There's no point putting up vlogs if they're going to be slapdash. I mean, this, we're talking nearly 2 years ago that I last vlogged, which is terrible. That's not going to happen again, I promise. I don't know health-wise whether there's anything that's going to stop me from vlogging in the future, but if I can get 10 minutes, I may look like as rough as a bear's arse on these vlogs sometimes, because it takes a lot of effort to just put makeup on these days. It's hard, and it's just, everything is hard. So I've put on, as you can gather, I've put on loads of weight. I have lost some, so you're not seeing me at my worst, although this is pretty bad. Look at that. Oh, that's not attractive. Okay. But I am well aware of how I look. So that's just a quick update. I will be posting more videos going into depth about where my pain is, how I try to fix that. I'll let me know what you want to know, and I'll put it on. If you don't let me know, I'll just make something up. I don't get a lot of views, so if you let me know, I'd be like overwhelmed that you've even commented. So we've got a puppy. Would you like to see the puppy? He's nearly 2 now, but
there's our puppy dog, Sydney. What are you doing? What are you eating now? Sit down. Sit. Good boy. No, sit over there. He can't see you. There's a good boy. Where's Daddy? Who's that? Where's Daddy? Where's Daddy gone? Where's Daddy gone? Right, anyway, that's Sydney.
Right, so I will be posting more vlogs. It's basically a health, motivational, hopeful for the future type of vlog. Well, you never know, I'll probably just throw loads of, oh, stop looking at yourself. I'll probably just throw loads of different random things that we do. Right. Thank you very much for watching, and so I don't like saying this, but subscribe, thumbs up, blah blah blah, do whatever you like. You don't have to, that's fine. This is basically so that I can monitor what's going on with me. Okay, bye.